Hello, friends. Welcome to Dream to Done, the podcast for moms who are ready to discover their dreams and goals again and actually do them. If you've been feeling a little lost in motherhood, I'm here to get you off the back burner and start taking a turn for yourself. I'm your host, Jessica Erickson, a certified life coach and your accountability cheerleader. Each week, you'll hear tips and tricks on doing life with a few kids, interviews with inspiring guests, and real talk on momming. I want you to discover your dreams, even in the messy middle of motherhood, because you deserve happiness too. You will also see that a mom achieving her goals and dreams lifts those around her. You deserve to take a turn in your life without feeling guilty. I am always cheering for you. Here we go. Hello, welcome to this episode of the Dream to Done podcast. I'm your host, Jessica Erickson, and I just dropped all of my kids off at school. Yay! I am so excited. It has been a lot of prep work. My oldest is entering high school, so it's a new school and it's high school. This is big leagues. And then my youngest just went into kindergarten. So again, new school, and she's at school with her, like two of her older siblings. So like, I'm okay. She's just going to be fine. But big transitions for lots of my kiddos to this day. So anyway, I wanted to talk today about all of the things that I had to do to get them ready for this big first day of school. And I want you to do the same thing. So I want you to take out a piece of paper and I want you to write down all of the things you did to help your kids get ready for school. Okay? So we're going to do it together. So there's a reason. This is an exercise. So this is just step one. Okay. So step one is to write down all the things you did to get ready for school. I did this morning and I'm pretty sure that I missed some things. I should have been writing this down all along the way, but here we go. Here's my list. And maybe you did the same things. Maybe you did different things. Write down your own list, but here we go. Okay. So first off, we bought new clothes. So my younger three are in a school that has uniforms. My oldest is now at a public school that does not have uniforms. She needed clothes. We were like, okay, we got to get some clothes for you. Now, my youngest ones, the youngest did not have uniforms, so we needed to buy uniforms for her. And we had some, like adjusting to do as far as uniforms went. So clothes and uniforms, shoes. Can I tell you the shoe saga of this week? So I told my kids on Sunday, I thought we had done everything. And I was like, hey, for the next hour, you can make any request that you need to. But after that hour, like mom is closed. Like there is no more requesting anything until after school starts, because you guys have been really like requesting a lot of me lately. And the next couple days are pretty packed already. I don't think I can squeeze much more in. So speak now or forever hold your peace. And the hour came and went, and the day went. And the following day, we were going to go for a family walk. And I told my kids to get their tennis shoes on because we're going for a longer walk. And I don't want you in flip-flops. I want you in your tennis shoes. And my daughter came and said, Mom, I don't have any tennis shoes. And I was like, what do you mean? And she was like, well, remember when I threw up on them when we were at our family reunion? And I was like, oh, shoot. Because she had thrown up on them and we were just like, throw them away. It's done. And so I was like, well, can you get your school shoes? You still have your school shoes, right? And she's like, no, they don't fit anymore. And I was like, oh, so now I have to get you shoes. And so then, of course, we go to a department store and they don't have her size in the shoes that we need. So I had to have my husband stop by the mall on his way home. Anyway, it ended up being like a really big deal. And I was really frustrated, but I also wasn't going to send her to school in flip-flops because she would have gotten written up and couldn't have done PE anyway. So anyway, I backtracked and didn't follow through on my threat, but we got our shoes. So did you have any last minute things that you had to do? Last minute, like emergency things? Okay, so that was our shoe saga. We had to get some new socks. Okay, for high school, we had to fill out all of these forms. Like there was a whole, I printed them because I'm still love paper and I wanted to make sure I had all of this, like the student handbook and the stuff. I am not kidding you. The stack of papers was over an inch thick, guys. It was a lot of stuff. And I am, one of those people that likes to read it all. So I mean, it took me hours to read it and go through it. And anyway, so tons and tons of that. Then for my youngest one, we had to do a doctor checkup and a dentist checkup. So we were doing doctor's appointments, dentist appointments, filling out forms, lots and lots of forms. Okay. Then we had actual orientation days. So there was an orientation day for high school, there was an orientation day for kindergarten. We had scheduled pickups. So lots of like, I had to go physically and be there for something. And I will tell you, I was a little scared about the high school one. I think my favorite quote was, "You are currently writing your resume that will be either getting you into college or getting you your first job out of high school." And I was like, oh, dang. Oh, man, no pressure. Woo! So she was already a little anxious. And then it's like, we're writing your resume. Let's go. Anyway, so orientations, lots of orientations. There were some apps I had to download. I had to download apps and make sure I was registered with certain apps. Then we had haircuts. You don't have to, but my kids wanted to get, at least two of them wanted to get their haircut before school started. Then we had to make sure we had the lunch boxes with names on them. We had to make sure we had healthy snacks, and the snack needs to be separate from the lunch. And so we had to have the lunches packed and the snacks separate. Supplies. Our school that most of my kids go to, they need a donation and they provide all of the supplies. So I had to make sure that I had paid the donation for their supplies. For my oldest, I had to make sure she had all of her pens and pencils and binders and folders and all of those things. So all of the supplies, the things that you need to have. Then we had like some meet the teacher stuff. So meeting the teacher, getting info on volunteering for the year, that kind of thing. Then most recently, I had to get them to bed on time, which if you were like me, summer was a little lax and we've kind of been trying to inch it closer to normal time, but it wasn't quite there yet. But yes, we had to get to bed on time. And then this morning, one of my kids likes little notes in her lunchbox, especially the first day. So we had to write little notes for her lunchbox. And another one of my kids just needed a pep talk. So we're doing the pep talk. You've got this. This is going to be great. You can be your authentic self. You will make friends. You will find your people. Be a helper. So we were doing the pep talk thing, notes in the lunchbox. So does any of that sound familiar? Maybe. Hopefully your list is probably going to look a little bit like mine. Might have some other things. And I didn't write this down on my list, but we also had sports and dance stuff going on. So we had some orientations for dance and writing all the things on the calendar for what we are going to be doing this year, paying some fees for uniforms and costumes. So there was a lot of stuff. It was a lot. Okay, so step one is to write all this down. Step two, celebrate. I feel like we do not do this enough. Celebrate the fact that you did this. So for the next couple of minutes, I am just going to shower praise on you. And if you haven't done all your stuff yet and you want to press pause and wait until you actually do finish it all, come back. Or if you need this another time, rewind. But congratulations, Mom, you did it. You got all of those kids ready for school. You did the things that were necessary. You did the things that were wanted. You helped your child have confidence in themselves that they could tackle a new year, a new experience. You prepared them as best you could to try something new. You prepared them to have new experiences and meet new people and do new things. and you showered love on them so that they know, even when they're away from you, that you love them and that you're there for them. And they know that as soon as they get in that car, when you pick them up, or as soon as they walk in that door, you're going to be there and ready to hear all of the things that they did and comfort them and help them with anything they need. You did it all. And I want you to know that I see you. I see all the hard work, all the effort, all the love, all of the things that you do to make this happen. You did it. Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you for helping them pack the lunch. Thank you for helping them get their shoes. Thank you for all the last minute things that you didn't know you needed until the very last minute and you pulled it together. You did it all. And I'm so proud of you. And I want you to be proud of yourself and be excited for yourself and celebrate yourself. You're an amazing mom. And I hope that every time your kids come to you with excited feelings, telling you that they did have a great day, that you realize that that's because you prepared them for it and you helped them see the good. And when they come to you and say they had a terrible day, I hope you recognize that they feel safe with you and that that is an accomplishment. That is amazing. So, Mom, good job. You did it. You got them to the school year. Congratulations. Woohoo! I'm so proud of you. Okay. Now, are you ready for step 3? This is where we circle back to you. You've done all these things for everybody else. And now I want you to look at that list and think about when the last time you did that thing for you. So we're going to go back through our list, and it might need to shift a little bit, but when's the last time you got yourself some new clothes? Again, I'm not saying this has to be a 1-to-1 ratio, but if you're buying your kids new clothes every year and you haven't gotten yourself a new shirt in 5 years, maybe it's time to update that wardrobe for you. When was the last time you got, maybe it's not a backpack, but maybe a new purse or a new wallet? Man, my wallet had like the part where you actually hold the zipper had fallen off. So I'd like strapped on a little thing from my keys, and I had a new wallet, but I just never took the time to transfer all my stuff over. So I did that this last week. I took some time to switch and upgrade my wallet. So maybe it's getting a new wallet, a new purse. I don't know, whatever it is that you feel like you need. Have you done that recently? Okay, socks and shoes. How about even throw in some underwear there? When was the last time you bought yourself new socks? All right. Uniform. Do you have to wear a uniform for work? Is that up to date? Is that on par? Okay, how about a doctor's checkup? When was the last time you got your blood taken? When was the last time you went to the doctor? Is there something that you've been putting off because you didn't think it was that big of a deal? But if you really think about it, it has been bugging you a lot. Maybe you've got some allergies you'd like to address. Maybe you've had this like pain in your shin and whatever it is. Is there something that maybe you should go see the doctor about? Have you had a checkup recently? I feel like when they're kids, they're always emailing you and being like, did you, it's a yearly checkup or bi-yearly checkup. And there's so many forms you have to fill out that it comes pretty frequently that it's a reminder that I need to go get my kids' checkups. But I don't get those emails for me as frequently. So just your friendly reminder, when was the last time you got a doctor's checkup? Okay, any forms you need to fill out? When was the last time you updated your passport? Is that going to expire? By the way, it's so much harder to get a new passport than it is to update your current one. So check your passport expiration date. Orientation. Is there anything you want to go to an orientation about? Any new class you want to take that maybe you could get some information on? Downloading apps. Is there an app that might actually make your life easier? If so, let's go find it. There are so many apps out there right now, so many ways you can like track things or get help with things. Is there an app for that? Chances are there might be. So, hey, let's make life easier. Go download the app that's going to help you. Haircut. When was the last time you got your haircut or your hair done? I made my appointment last week. Packed a lunch. You packed lunches for everybody else. Did you remember to pack one for yourself? Do you have a lunch plan? Okay, I don't want you working so hard that you forget to eat lunch and then you just grab whatever you can find. Be intentional. Pack your own lunch too. Okay, any supplies that you need? Any folders? Any pens? Any like tracker things? Is there anything that you would need that's like a supply? I am like pretty confession time. I love little pads, like little notepads. I love flowery journals. So I love hanging out in that aisle at Target. And it's like, will often come home with like a new sticky note option. So is there any supply that you need? Meet the teacher. We did that for the kids. Is there anyone that you want to meet? Anyone you want to go to lunch with? You want to plan a lunch date? You want to go plan a drinks night with friends? Anything you want to go do? Meet some new people? Maybe it's a group you want to try out, a walking group or a new gym class. Anything where you might want to get some more information, meet the teacher, try a new class. Get to bed on time. Okay. I know that sometimes, and I'm guilty of this as well, I get the kids to bed and then it's quiet and I'm like, oh, peace. Okay, now I can watch a show. And then one turns into two or maybe three. Or maybe I'm going to read one chapter of a book and then it turns into like an hour and a half later. Are you getting enough sleep? Are you getting enough rest? With kids getting up earlier to get to school on time, sometimes that may mean you're getting up earlier. Are you getting to bed on time? Are you getting enough sleep? And is your sleep good? Maybe you need a new pillow so you can get better rest. Maybe you need to change the settings on your thermostat so the temperature feels better. What can you do to make your sleep better? And maybe it's just go to bed a little bit earlier. Okay. Now, note in the lunchbox. I am going to do this today. I am going to make myself some sticky notes and I'm going to put them all over my computer. I love giving myself pep talks and I can do that. But if you need a pep talk, we just did a celebration pep talk. So here is maybe a pep talk for you. Mom, you've done everything for everybody else, and now it's your turn. What is on your heart? What do you want? Is there something that we can do that would be just for you? So here are my 3 questions for you that I would love for you to answer. What is one thing that you can do today to celebrate your success? Just one thing. One thing you could do to celebrate your success. For me, I'm going to go for a walk by myself. I'm going to go to Target by myself. And I am going to enjoy all of that. Just really let it take as much time as I want it to. But what about you? What's one thing you can do to celebrate your success? Okay, question number 2. What is one thing you could do this week to take care of yourself? Self-care, I feel like often we give self-care a little bit of a bad rap and we only think of it as like going to get a massage or going to get your nails done. For me, that totally does ring true as self-care. I love getting a massage. I've talked about my nails before. I love going to get my nails done. That is such like self-care for me. But that is like a pretty limited list. So I want you to dive deep. Maybe it is going for a walk. Maybe it is calling a friend, setting up a lunch. Anything you do that feels really good in your body, feels really good to you, can be considered self-care. So, what's one thing you could do to take care of yourself? And I'm not saying that as moms, we always have to put ourselves first and be above the kids, but I do want you to take a turn. And right now, it's been pretty kid heavy in prepping them for school. So now that they've started, now it's time for me to take a turn for myself. And what do I want to do with this time that I have while they're at school? Okay, so what is one thing you can do to take care of yourself this week? Number 3, what is one thing I could do this month that's just for me? What's one thing you could do this month that's just for you? Now, I have a suggestion. I want you to join my group coaching program. It's the Back to School, Back to You program. It is going to be so great. If you're feeling a little lost or overwhelmed or confused, and you're like, yeah, Jessica, like I totally want to do something, but I don't know what I want to do. Week 1, we're going to get super clear. You are going to leave that call feeling very clear about what you want. We are also going to create some amazing affirmations. I like to call these power statements, where we are going to get you set up to speak truth to yourself and speak success into your day. Week 3, we're going to do it yourself vision board. You know how I feel about vision boards. Vision boards are key. They are so wonderful in helping you visualize and work toward and manifest your future. Week 4, we're going to break through blocks that might be in your way. We're going to see where your limiting beliefs are holding you back and help you get unstuck. Week 5, we're going to create an amazing action plan that fits into your schedule and your life. And week 6, we're going to celebrate, and we're going to make sure that you have all the tools you need to carry on the momentum from this Jumpstart program. So I would love for you to join me in doing that. If you would like more information, or if you would like to find out how I structure my Google Calendar and my paper calendar, I would love for you to come to the Back to School Open House, where we will be doing all of that. So our Back to School Open House is going to be August 18th. And the Back to School, Back to You course will start on August 25th. So I would love for you to join us at those 2 things. And I would love to meet you. Now, here's the other thing. I would love to know, what did you do that wasn't on my list for back to school prep? If you had something that wasn't on my list, I would love to know. So please go to Instagram and send me a DM and let me know what you did that I didn't do. And let's see if we can combine our efforts and make an even better list. All right. So all of the things that you did for other people. Number 1, write it down. Number 2, celebrate what you did. And number 3, go back through that list and see when the last time you did that for yourself was. Then we had the 3 questions. What is one thing you can do today to celebrate your success? Number 2, what is one thing you could do this week to take care of yourself? And number 3, what's one thing you could do this month that's just for you? And I hope that the answer is coming to join my course. Back to School, Back to You. All right, guys, I will see you soon. And I hope that you have a wonderful first week of school. Thanks, everybody. Bye. Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of Dream to Den. If you enjoyed today's episode, it would mean so much if you would leave a rating and review. It helps more moms like you find the show. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast on your favorite podcast player. I'll see you in next week's episode. I'm always cheering for you. See you next week.